Created by Bret.
Yeah. Hey Bret, why is your logo orange?
Because I love blue. Huh? So my friend Nathan, who did my logo, has a blue border, and on CreatedByBrett.com he made a whole bunch of blue all over the place. And then he needed a second color, because he can't just do everything in blue, and he said, well, you know, Bret, orange and blue are complementary colors. They're on like opposite sides of the color wheel. And then he came up with the orange Bret, which I kind of led him into by posing like this.
Who inspired you to be so creative?
I think I've been creative since I was a little kid. Not, little kid, but a regular size, small child. But I gotta credit my mom with giving me all these opportunities to be creative in different ways. Like, she didn't like coloring books, because that's just coloring and you had to color inside the lines. And that's, she wanted me to draw my own pictures. But there was always like paper and crayons and paint and stuff like that around the house. I also got to study piano lessons from when I was 4 and a half. And then in school I was always writing stories and things. My mom was like, oh, these stories are so great. So I think part of it is just who I am. I'm just a creative guy and I like thinking outside the box. And I think part of it is my upbringing where I was really validated for doing a good job. I was always complimented. Oh, you've done such a great job thinking outside the box and being creative.
What job do you do?
I've been a programmer for a long time. I've done boring, web forms and things like that, and then I did 3D game programming for a while. And during that, I also got to write the music for the games, which was pretty darn cool. Because you guys know I did the background music that you're listening to right now. So programming, but it's funny because I taught myself how to program because I like to improve things and make things go faster. I mean, first of all, it was for fun, but then when I got into companies, I'm like, why are you doing this data entry manually? I can improve it and make it go faster if I write a program to do it for you. So in my current job, which I've been in for about 2 years now, I'm actually a business process analyst. So that means I see how people do their jobs and I say, well, isn't there a way we can automate that and make it go faster? So it's actually a lot of fun.
Why'd your parents call you Bret?
Because that's my name. But my parents decided on that name together. My mom and dad decided on that name because my mom wanted a name that you couldn't make nicknames out of, like Thomas, I could be Tom, or Michael, I'd be Mike, or Mikey, or something like that. She wanted a name that you couldn't make nicknames out of. And she wanted something, I think, a little bit obscure or unusual or something like that. And my dad is half French, and my last name, which I'm going to get to in question number 5, my last name is French too. Bret means native of Brittany, and Brittany is not Britney Spears. Brittany is in the northern part of France. So that's where my name came from.
Julie? What language is that surname from?
Well, and like I just said, Julie is a French name, and it's actually pronounced Julie, but nobody knows how to pronounce that, and it's all tongue-twisty for American people, so Julie is how it got Americanized. And actually, there are 2 towns in France named Juilly, and one of them has a university, Université de Juilly. I have never been there, but I had a t-shirt from it when I was a teenager.
How long have your ancestors been in the US?
I think since either the early 1900s or the late 1800s, because my grandfather was born in San Francisco, California in 1906, in the same year as the San Francisco earthquake. I think he was born after it because they didn't say anything about him being, a kid when it was, what had happened. So he was born 1906 in San Francisco, California, but his mother must have been here before that, so I think late 1800s. And I think it's the same on my mom's side, but I'm not sure. I mean, not the whole French San Francisco thing. I really don't know. But right around there, I think. But we aren't one of those families that's been here since like the 1700s or 1600s or 1500s or something like that.
When, where, and how did you discover YouTube?
I discovered YouTube in 2006, 100 years after my grandfather was born. I can't remember how I heard about it, but people just started talking about, oh, there's this website where you can upload videos, and people just upload videos, and I'm like, well, I should check it out. Sounds like fun. And I remember I didn't understand it, I didn't know how to search for anything or find the good videos, so I was finding, crappy videos. That happens a lot today. But I thought it'd be really cool to start a channel. I almost fell over there. But I thought it'd be really cool to start a channel because I've always been into film and acting and being a ham and writing stories and being creative, as I told you in question, 2, 1, 3, something up there, how did I get so creative? That's question 2. Anyway, I made short films when I was a kid, and I was acting in high school in all the school plays, and I was in an improv group, and then in college I have a degree in film, and I've written 8 feature-length screenplays that aren't very good and never got bought or by anybody or made into movies or anything like that. They're just on paper somewhere. I may have even gotten rid of them, I don't know. Anyway, I'm like, YouTube, that's perfect for me. So in September of 2006, 1 year and a half after YouTube started, I started a channel called Bret from LA. But I didn't know you're supposed to upload regularly, so I'd upload, once a month, something like that. And sometimes my videos were really elaborate and they would take a long time to shoot. They just weren't that great. November 2010, I started CreatedByBrett, which is what you're watching right now. And that's when I figured out if you start uploading regularly, like once a week or something, then you get viewers and people like it. You can talk to people and it's fantastic. And I started CreatedByBrett in November of 2010 using about 30 videos from Bret from LA. I just took those videos and put them on this new channel so I'd have something to start with. And little known fact, unless you've been around since the beginning, at the beginning I used to make a song each week that mentioned the names of each of the people who had subscribed to my channel that week. But anyway, since November of 2010, I have been uploading at least 1 video every week, and sometimes up to 4 or 5 videos each week.
Why are your thumbnails dominated by orange, blue, and white?
Well, I wanted to make thumbnails, and I wanted them to look kind of professional, like the logo that I start off most of my videos, or all of my videos with. It's, orange and blue and white. And those were just the colors that the graphic designer, my friend Nathan, came up with for my website, which I then translated over to my CreatedByBrett YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. Actually, he translated those over. I couldn't make a design as cool as the one he came up with. So I took that same design with the blue border, which I love, and then the orange Bret, and I made it into my own version of a thumbnail with the orange and then the words and then the picture of me, or the picture of something.
Future plans for the channel?
This is a cool question right now because I have been thinking about branching out. I love doing these Q&As because you guys have great questions and you think of things that I would never think of to make videos about, and I'm like, what a great idea! So that's going to be CreatedByBrett. But I want to branch out and have other channels too, because I don't just do Q&As, I think of my own ideas. So my plan in this summer of 2013 is to start 4 more channels. Gonna do one for skits and movie parodies, gonna do one for inventions of mine, gonna do one for music that I write, and I want to start a vlog channel where I can just talk about whatever I want, especially about things that I see around Los Angeles. Because I live in Los Angeles area, and I think it's interesting, and I think a lot of people think it's interesting too. But there's no guarantees. I'm gonna start all those channels as just my idea now, so like a month from now you can look back on this video and tell me whether I actually started all 4 of those channels or not.
Can you believe I asked such silly random questions?
I thought your questions were great. I like answering all those things about me. It's about me! Anyway, that's me and a bunch of questions and stuff, so thank you for asking me those, Mr. Sideliner. And actually, I think you might be one of the guys that I made a song for when you subscribe, because you've been subscribed for a long time. Anyway, if you're not subscribed yet, please do, and if you have a question for me about something, you can put it down in the thingy thing, and then, if I like your question or questions, and I can answer them, maybe I'll make a video for you next time.
Please share this vid